It's the season finale. Captain Sandy got married, and we don't ever have to see Ellie again.
Yay! Welcome back to Below Deckspurts, a show that recaps current Below Deck seasons with two Midwest millennial siblings and Brad. I'm Morgan.
I'm Lane.
I'm Brad.
And today we're recapping Below Deck Med, Season 9, Episode 17, Happily Ever Aft.
What is
what
an
you did
aft
there.
again?
Yeah, what is an aft?
It's the back of the boat.
Okay, Brad
You
knows
have
boats better
forward.
than we do.
Well, it's forward and aft.
Well, I knew it was part of a boat, I just couldn't tell you what part.
I don't know as though it could be aircraft as well.
Okay.
It's just like, hey, I'm going to go aft. I'm going to go to the back.
What are you going to do to me?
Oh,
there any-
you wish.
Was there any aircraft in this episode? I think it's because Sandy got married on the back of the boat, right?
Well, happily ever after.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
wedding
a cheap
thing.
one if you don't do something with it.
Maybe your butt's just happy.
What?
Don't talk about my butt here, okay? I have rights.
I just thought about this. Why don't they do a below deck on a private jets?
It's a good...
No?
I see what you're saying, but I'm like below deck on a...
Well, I couldn't be exactly the same because people don't spend days on private jets.
Yeah, it would be like a few hours.
You know, there could be a reality show just about flight attendants, though.
I'd
there
watch
could be.
that.
I would actually watch that because you know what they have to deal with?
Oh, and the
God,
Karens?
Oh my
yeah. The
god.
American public.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Jeez.
actually a good show. Bravo, hit me up.
Yeah, but we thought of it first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
20%.
30.
I like it.
30 because you took a pause.
Yep.
So if you're just joining us today, the way our episodes work is we start with a question for each other based upon this week's episode. And then when we get into the episode, we focus on about 3 main points throughout. The topics I have for today is Ellie leaves on a positive note. Just kidding. Everyone else does leave on a positive note, though.
Yeah, she had to take one little final shit on the boat before she left.
I just, obviously we'll get there, but I love how, did we even see her say bye to Captain Sandy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just okay, see you later.
Yeah, Captain Sandy was like, ta-ta for now.
Yeah, see you later.
It probably wasn't like that, but that's kind of... It was brief. And then she was again, ungrateful of
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, of course. And then, obviously, Captain's proposal and wedding. That's kind of like what the show was, or the episode was based upon, which was good because I was tired of seeing everything else. We needed a little bit of a change.
Yeah.
But the question kind of off of that I have for you guys is, did you want to see more of the wedding?
Yeah, I could have gone for an hour and a half episode.
Well, that's what I thought it was, because when you actually paused it, because Brad and I watched it, pretty much live. When you paused it, because we have, YouTube TV, it said it was going to be from 8 to 9:30, but then it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. There was 25 minutes of dead space at the end.
Yeah, it was basically the episode, and then it made it seem like, another half an hour of the wedding and stuff. It was 5 minutes.
No, it was the after show with, what's his name?
Watch What Happens Live with Andy. That's a separate show.
Yeah.
It's not part of Below Deck.
I know,
maybe
but that's where it picked up.
Right. I don't know. I just thought we were going to see more of the wedding, so I was a little bit disappointed. But it's whatever.
My response, it was perfect. Because I was like, yeah, this is cool, but...
Don't need to see more.
Nope.
Yeah, it covered everything.
Yeah, it's true. I thought it was interesting that Kate was there. Kate
Yeah,
never
who
worked.
was that?
She's from Below Deck original. She worked with Captain Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she ever worked with Captain Sandy.
I didn't recognize her.
Oh, wait, maybe she did. Maybe she's been on Med before. Ugh, people are going to correct me on that. At first, I was like, no, she's only been on Below Deck, but maybe she did actually work on Med. Maybe one of the early seasons. I don't know. Somebody let me know. Somebody that knows. I should know. I've seen every season of Med, but I forget.
I'd look it up, but I need both hands to type.
I'll look it up. What do you guys got for questions?
Do you think Captain Sandy would have replaced Jono if a chef came along?
That's a good question. Do you think it was all a play? Because why couldn't a chef have come along?
Well,
Yeah.
it said that, there were none available. And I don't know. I'd hate that if they'd use a scare tactic like that. Like if the intention was to never get rid of him and they just like were holding that over you.
It wasn't even he never knew.
Yeah, that's true.
We only knew. That's why I was like, did they really plan on?
Did we check Captain's phone again to see if it was one of those bogus phone calls?
Oh my God, yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I don't know. I would.
Either way, I'm glad that Jono got to finish the season out. He kind of redeemed himself, and at the end they identified like he's like, yeah, I have some weaknesses, and I hope that he works on them because I think that, I think he could be a really, really, really good chef.
Yeah, I think if he really focuses in on what his weak spots are, like dessert, and variety, and
keep your preference sheets in mind.
Yeah,
but I'm not trying to dog on him.
Less of a roller coaster. He'd have really, really good charters and then really bad ones, and
yeah. They really didn't highlight his food like they do with some of the other chefs.
Yeah, they really didn't. I really had to pry this season to find just what they were eating and had to take some guesses and stuff. So,
yeah. All right, Brad, you got a question?
Yeah, I had two actually.
Oh, look at you.
So first question's for you, Morgan.
Who's that?
You.
Neither one of you ever call me Morgan. Do you ever notice that? You definitely don't.
Oh, I call you babe.
Right. I was going to say, it's rare. It was weird to hear you say Morgan.
Oh.
I thought you were joking.
First one's for you, babe. But then I knew he'd be like, yeah, go shoot.
Yeah. That was coming too. Anyways.
See, I know my family. Being a drag queen connoisseur, how did you feel about the quality and talent of the drag queens that were on board?
Oh, great. I have written down I wanted to see more of the drag queens.
Saw that coming.
I was so upset. Not so upset. I mean, we saw them, but I guess I just wanted an episode of Drag Race. No, I thought it was good. I definitely would want drag queens on my yacht if I got a choice. Yeah, I thought they were good.
And then my other question is, having seen the season in its entirety, what are your final thoughts on Ian?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask our final thoughts on the whole season. And
I knew what that would be. It definitely was not the most entertaining season. It was definitely the proverbial beaten dead horse.
Yeah. Ian, I don't know how to feel about him. I think he's just a weird guy.
Yeah.
And I think that the deck team, I think they came together more towards the end. I think they started to maybe like respect him a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Lane?
I feel like every person that works on the boat has to fill some type of like character for the show, and they just focused on him being a little weird and just ran with that.
There is one on every season though that we barely see. Who was the other one? Haley. Remember Haley from I don't know if it was regular Below Deck or if it was a previous season of Med, but
I thought it was the last Med.
Yeah. I can't remember. I should remember, but I don't.
It was the last Med.
But she was kind of that where we barely saw her and she's a little weird, but cool enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm actually just so surprised we had no firings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got really close with Jono, somewhat close with Ian, but that was it.
Very close with Jono. Very close with him.
Pop
quiz. What did one of the drag queens call themselves?
Oh, I have it written down.
Conky Dong.
Yep.
Hold on. The Duchess of Greece.
Yep.
I would have missed that.
I have it written down. I said drag queens. Not enough of the drag queens, in my opinion.
That's all you got.
Yep. So we start the episode with Aisha and Ellie. And of course,
Really? Really? Yes, really. Jesus.
Aisha just wanted to be like, shut up.
God.
But yeah, Aisha's like, I feel gaslit. And I was like, same girl.
Yeah.
Same, we all do.
Not even there. And I feel like it.
Oh, I never intended that.
And then they go into a montage.
Yeah, and then the interview, she's like, that bitch. It's like, just so two-faced.
Well, and here's something that I have typed in. And Aisha is so good, and I don't think It's not a level of training. It's just how she handles things. I have here, Aisha refused to validate any of her denials or justifications and just continued to talk through her. It was like to the point of Aisha being a supervisor and being like, nothing you say, no way that you try to validate this or justify it means anything to me. At this point, your response doesn't matter. Now you're just going to hear me. Mm-hmm. And Aisha did such a good job with that. Like,
yeah, kept her cool. Because, again, it's not worth going back and forth.
Nope.
And
well, it comes down to like this, like, do not misinterpret this as a conversation at this point. This is me telling you no.
Yeah, exactly. And then this was like a few minutes later when Aisha comes down and was like, what would it take to make some lemon drops or some lemon drop shots?
How long would it take to make some lemon drops?
And Ellie's like, nobody told me. She's like, calm down.
Yeah.
Don't be so defensive.
Yeah, she was a little gun shy at that point. She's like, ugh.
No, she was trying to be, she was trying to do what she's done the whole season. But like, make it seem like she's the victim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nobody told me, girl, that's not what we're saying. Don't try to play the victim here is basically what Aisha was saying.
'Twas a question.
Yes. Yep. And I love how she like dropped that, like, because Aisha could have just like not responded to that and just would have been like, make them. But she was like, don't be so defensive.
Yeah.
Making her feel, oh God. It's like my whole notes because I have Ellie. Everything I do is wrong and everybody hates me.
Yeah. It's like, well, yeah. But like, shut up.
Tired of hearing it.
But then again, not to like talk too much about this, but what else is there really to talk about?
Yeah.
What does Ellie say? She's something like, how is Aisha supposed to write me a recommendation if she's never seen me lead?
Yeah.
So you think by stepping on her toes and like leading is what's going to make her give you a recommendation?
Yeah, or like Aisha told you to do one thing and then you went and just micromanaged someone doing something else. Like, that's not a good leader.
No.
Like, and you yelling that I'm above you, not a good leader.
Yeah.
Like, when she was doing that to Bree, she's like, I'm second stew, blah, blah, you don't need to respect me. It's like, you get like $2 more an hour or something. Like, relax.
It probably is that, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, and the other part of it, too, is Aisha should never be seeing you lead.
No.
Because your job is to lead when she's absent.
Exactly.
So the only way to meter that is, did the shit that needed to get done, get done?
Yes, while Aisha's not there. That's how she's going to gauge it.
And do the people who were her subordinates at that time, do they have complaints?
Right, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, and they always did.
Yeah.
And that's true. Like, a good chief stew is someone that like puts their head down, does the work, and when the chief stew is gone or on their break and they get back, it should be like nothing ever happened. That's how you show you lead, not by being like, you do this, you do this, you do this. Aisha, did I do a good job?
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
And then the whole, like, Aisha just doing her job, being like, Jonah, we're clearing. And then Ellie's like, we're clearing. Like,
That pissed Aisha off.
Well, and it caused confusion with Jono. He's like, clearing what? Like, we already did that.
Yeah.
He was so innocent. He's like, what?
What? I know.
Yeah.
God.
Stupid.
So I said, girl, I wouldn't be worried about that recommendation.
No. It's either not coming or you don't want it.
Yeah.
Total 180. I said, Ian just throws in there that he used to be a bartender at a gay club.
Yeah.
Like, what do we not know about this man?
Good for
telling
you,
you.
dog.
He might be low-key like Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
He might be.
L.A.
Yeah. This is just him out for a run.
You're being a bitch, L.A.
Yeah, this is his just side quest, like Forrest Gump does. My microphone is like... Can you guys see me? So yeah, then we see the drag queens. What else is happening around this time?
The guests ask Carrie who she'd want to sleep with on the crew, and Ellie just comes...
Oh yeah, but I don't
Right
think
around
Ellie
the corner.
heard. Did she?
It's what they make it look like.
Right.
I don't think she did. Or... No, she did, because...
She walked in right after she said it, so it was left up for interpretation.
Yeah, but then in Ellie in her interview, she's like, she's just rubbing Joe in my face, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up.
Yeah, that's exactly what she
It's
says.
like, no one's doing anything.
No, I know. Everybody's out to get her.
Yep.
Every single person. I put that I was so glad that Jono got to participate in like the drag queen stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the poor chef, like, now granted, I think they do make a lot of money. Like, they make the most out of any one of the crew. I think that at least we see. Or didn't we look that up last season? I think they make almost as much as like the Chiefs do.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And the bosun.
No, I think the bosun actually makes less than the Chiefs do and the chef. Because I remember us looking that up.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, what do you want?
Stop undermining me.
Can you stop undermining me?
Anything you say to me, you can say in front of my friends.
See what I deal with.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah, because the chef doesn't really get to do any of the fun stuff. Like when they do like the
Like the murder mystery,
Yes.
the running around the boat, the obstacle course.
obstacle course. That was the word I couldn't think of.
I know, I had to keep thinking while I was talking.
Words are hard.
Words are very hard.
So yeah, so I was glad that he got to like participate, especially because it's like, I don't know, something he enjoyed. So
Yeah.
oh yeah, Ellie says Carrie's acting like Regina George. I'm like, come on, girl. Like, that is so dramatic. Regina George is
I don't know who Regina George is.
From-
Mean Girls.
You've seen Mean Girls.
Yep. I've been present while it was playing.
She's like the ultimate mean girl in
Okay.
Mean Girls.
The blonde one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so Carrie's being Regina George just because I don't even know the reasoning that she could give.
Because the guests asked her, and she said she'd sleep with Joe. Which,
Yeah.
What are the other choices?
Right.
It's either Ian or Joe. Yeah. And we can all say that Joe looks better than Ian.
Jono, that's a no-go.
Yeah.
Nathan's a no-go. Yeah. What are her two choices? Joe or Ian?
Yeah.
Poor Ian.
Ellie has the same choices.
Oh, I feel bad for Ian. I hope he's doing well.
Yeah. And if you're watching, buck up, kid.
He did good.
He did. Yeah. I'm just messing around.
So, I mean, that's basically the end of the charter. Like, because we didn't see any food this episode.
They did eat right before they got off of the boat.
I didn't have anything written down about it.
Oh, yeah. There was like clips of them eating while Captain Sandy was like running off the boat to Leah. Mm-hmm. So it was just kind of like a quick thing.
Yep, because I have that Leah's here. They're dropping the guests off. Yeah, so that's exciting. And I thought it was cute that Captain Sandy ran out there. She's like, oh, it's not super professional. I'm like, who gives a
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was like the perfect group of guests to do it.
Yeah.
Because they were just fun.
Yeah, they were good guests. Speaking of, when we were talking about Carrie and Ellie, I said, Carrie goes, tonight is going to ruin whatever friendship Ellie and I have. And I was like, girl, it's none. You don't want that.
Well, Ellie even said, like, when they were getting ready to go out there, and like, I swear to God, if they did the table set for Captain Sandy and I wasn't there, and I'm like, she got me pissed because I absolutely did all that.
My favorite part about that, though, was somebody finally said something to her. The whole time. Now, granted, I think the reason Ellie's been infuriated.
Was it Nathan that said something? Because she had
Yes.
kind of pissed him off before that anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't anything.
It was Nathan, and then even Bree said something too. Oh no, she said it to the camera. I don't think she said it to Ellie.
Yeah.
But the thing about what I was saying is, like, the reason I think we've been so irritated with Ellie is because she never says it to the person.
Mm-hmm.
She's always talking to either the camera in her interview or herself. So, like, you haven't even given anybody a chance, besides when she, like, yelled at Bree, I guess, like, episodes ago. Mm-hmm. It's all been, like, the back, talking behind people's back and whatever. Like, that's so infuriating. So, finally, she said something in front of people, and what happens? She gets called out. And that's why she never says anything to people, because she knows she'd get called out.
Yeah, and that's just such an unhealthy thing to do. Like, just that mindset.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm right all the time. But when I'm in front of people, they say I'm wrong. So I just don't talk in front of people.
Yeah, but I know I'm right, and I'm convincing
Yeah.
myself in my head. The tip was 20 grand.
Yep.
That's pretty standard.
Dead
Good.
nuts average.
Dead nuts. I think I got these numbers right. The total tip for the whole season was 1,900. Oh God, I'm so bad at reading.
1,000. It was like 1,000.
$195,500.
Yes.
There it is. I messed it up too. Don't worry.
I had flashbacks to like in fourth grade when you went around and they're like, okay, you have to read this number, and I was like,
I just imagine you sitting at your desk with braces with a huge lollipop, like 19919.
I start crying.
Yeah.
You're like, today, Junior.
I have whatever dyslexia is, but with numbers.
I think it's dyslexia still.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's dysmathia.
Numerology.
No, it's
Dysgraphia. Oh, no, dysgraphia is writing.
Oh, you're right.
It really is a thing. I'm going to Google it, guys. What is dyslexia for numbers? Dyscalculia.
Yeah, that.
Anyways, so per person, they got 10,000, 6,550.
Wait, no, for real, what was it?
16,500.
I thought it was 16,250. That's what I have written down.
Oh, I think you're right.
Math is hard too.
It's really
Words are hard and math is hard.
I don't know. Rewatch the episode if you care that much.
Yeah.
Stop yelling at us.
One was
yelling
before
at us.
taxes.
It's true.
Every time this happens, I'm like, I want to work on a yacht because 16 grand just in tips. So that's above and beyond their salary for 6 weeks of work.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for
It's
6
like
weeks.
$6,000 a week.
6 grand a week?
Yep. Forgot to shave the S off that word.
Wow, we're batting 1,000 on the grammar and
Any hoozles.
Yeah, I have Ellie's mad Aisha didn't pick her to set up the proposal. Of
Oh,
course,
yeah,
why
that's
would
great.
she?
Yeah. It's a very positive event. We don't want your negative ass there.
Yeah, and then like Brad said, Nathan's like, not everything's about you, Ellie.
yeah. Well, I have in here when the guests were partying, I'm like, guests have no complaints. Group hug. Unfortunately, they didn't push Ellie into the water.
Did you catch that too? It was just another awkward Ian moment where he stepped like one step farther than everybody else did, so he like ended up in the middle of the circle at first. And then I think like the camera cut away and it was fine, but I caught that. I was like, that's funny. They're all just hugging Ian.
Well, I mean, well played.
Love you too, guys.
He wanted just to feel love. So then we kind of get into the proposal. And Joe gets a line on the prop.
Yep. Not his fault.
No, even Captain Sandy said that.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Both engines too.
You shit your pants and then you look at Captain Sandy and she's like, people leaving ropes here? Oh, man, this sucks. And you're like, oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God. But you still have the timeline of the sunset.
Yeah, because they had 20 minutes, so it only took them 7 minutes to clear that rope.
Yeah.
Which is good time for that. That's a bitch and a half to clear.
Well, and if I was Joe, I'd be like, this rope's coming off.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
looks like I'm getting
I've
wet.
been sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have been sweating too.
No, not from sweat, but like, I guess I'm going in the water. Like, this rope's
Oh.
coming off.
Yeah.
You would have wanted to get in the water anyways.
I like the water.
Not Lane. That's his
Nope.
worst nightmare.
Not going in there.
Something touched my leg.
Yep, I know it.
That had to have been a shark.
All right, guys, we're going to pick up the boat and put it on land, and then I'll deal with it.
We're going to put the boat on a truck.
And we're just going to drive there. Fuck it.
Pull up.
Yeah, with the boat on a truck
On a
to
truck.
the proposal.
Said you wanted to show up in a boat.
They're in the boat.
I said, "Arnar, the sunset's getting close." Joe's shitting his pants. It ends up being fine, of course. And then Captain's pretty nervous at the dinner or
Yeah.
the little. It's not even really dinner. They have like their charcuterie board.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just tell she's nervous.
Yeah.
Super nervous.
We never get to see her nervous.
No, it reminded me of you when you proposed to me. He was sweating.
Yeah. Look at me now.
Oh my gosh, guys, I know you hate when I do this. Actually, I think most people like when I do this. A random story.
Oh.
So earlier today, this was like literally like an hour ago, or even less than an hour ago, I was driving home from the gym and I passed a snapping turtle in the road. And I drove past it, and then I started like, oh my God, I have to go back and save that turtle. But it was really close to our house. And so I pulled in the driveway and I ran in the house and I was like, Brad, we have to go save a turtle. And like, this is how you know he's like such a good guy and like the only person that could probably be married to me, because he's like, let me get my gloves. Like, didn't even question it. You wouldn't have went. You might have went and saved it by yourself. He's a big softie.
Yeah. See, but I've got history with snapping turtles.
That's fair.
I was working night shift one night and I found one in the middle of like one of the busiest roads in the city. I'm like, you SOB. And he was huge. Like huge. I'm talking like the plate you'd put a turkey on, huge, like massive.
Whoa.
So I'm out there at like 2 a.m. trying to move this flippin' snapping turtle out of the road, and he's trying to bite the piss out of me, and he's clawing me. Like, he got both my arms, he got my stomach under my body armor, and I'm like, you rat bastard. And then I tried to like slowly put him down like in the grass, but then he was like trying to bite me, so I pitched him sort of. And then he rolls like shell like upside down, and I'm like,
You're like, you mother.
so then I had to go down in this like deep ass ditch and like flip him over. So like, I don't want to be stuck on his back. The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah. So anyways, by the time we got there, he was fine. Nobody had killed him and he wasn't there. So he obviously escaped out of the road.
Or somebody picked him up and ate him.
That's the bump I hit on the way here.
Lane's just got a turtle in his grill of his car. That's what that was.
That's what the hell that was.
So yeah, all the snapping turtles are safe. My next note is I'm crying because of Captain Sandy. Brad was crying too.
That's a lie. I stubbed my toe and got something in my eye at the same time.
I'll have you know, I stubbed my toe watering my spice garden, and I only cried for 20 minutes.
How tough are you?
Oh no, you need that hospital.
Super Weenie Hut Jr.
So where are we even at, guys? Honestly, I don't even
we were
know.
at the proposal
Yeah.
So they show up there, and like, there's no way that Leah didn't know what was happening. Like,
I was thinking
they're playing
like a wedding song.
Yeah, and Captain Sandy's like, they weren't supposed to do that. And then the crew is like, the crew in the stews are like up in the like a walking path up on the hill, like watching. So yeah, it was adorable.
Yeah.
Did you see that ring though?
Yeah, it's nice.
Leah
ring.
better not swim with that.
I know.
She's gonna sink right to the bottom.
Yeah.
That's why I don't go swimming.
See?
Because of your engagement ring?
Exactly. Swallowed one 4 years ago. Can't get it out of it. Just straight to the bottom.
Thought that was a popcorn kernel.
I was hungry.
So yeah, so I mean, everything obviously went well. It was adorable, and then we are headed on the night out. And I said, Nathan told Aisha how Ellie was talking shit.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I don't watch a lot of like the after show stuff or like but I just know that they all hate her. Like, I know nobody's keeping contact with her.
Nah. Which, like, it's sad. You feel bad, but aren't you glad?
I don't feel bad. Like, again, everybody has free will.
I rhymed, and no one caught it. Anyways,
We
can talk about Below Deck
You
later.
always have to. The best jokes are the ones you have to explain.
Yeah,
that's what I tell people in my stand-up. I'm like, don't you get it? Sorry.
Oh, I thought that was
Wow.
We're falling apart here.
As you guys can see how organized we are.
I thought that was mine. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So. Oh, and then I have Breeze freaking out because Carrie and Joe are like flirting.
Oh, yeah. That's like out of nowhere.
Well, and I have something on that because I'm tired of hearing it. Bree's claiming Joe doesn't respect her, but honestly, he's just living his life.
Right.
Get over yourself. Just because you're jealous doesn't mean you get to dictate his life.
Right. That's what I'm saying. She's acting like they dated.
No.
She's acting like they literally had like a relationship.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you guys kissed one time.
It's not Joe's fault or his problem that you don't know how to deal with your own jealousy.
Right. Yes. It literally just boils down to she's treating it like they were like in a relationship for multiple years and he's just doing this in front of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what happens when you date crew members and you live in the same boat. It's like, trust me, I see it all the time when girlfriend and boyfriends break up, but they live in the same house. How do you think that goes?
Not good.
Not good.
Not the good, my friend.
So I said Ian's letting his hair down.
Yeah. And he does.
He does.
He
I think
No.
he actually does too.
No, nobody let their hair down more than Joe, though.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
fucked up.
And too drunk, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
He
Carrie
was-
was like talking shit about it. I'm like, you followed him in there.
Yeah.
Well, clearly he wanted to hook up with her,
True.
but
Yeah.
come.
Yeah, I have here poetic justice.
I was gonna say it's literally this whole season.
Oh, I didn't even
It's
think about
poetic
that.
justice.
Yeah.
Like Joe is finally going to get to bang Carrie and he's too drunk.
Idiot.
Yep. So I laughed. So I mean that's basically it for the night out. Did anything else crazy happen? I really this sounds bad, but I really don't even follow the whole Gail and Nathan thing. Like I never write any notes about them.
I know that some people had made comments that like, oh, I don't think they're still together, but I was doing some snooping earlier. And I found a picture on Gail's Instagram from like not that long ago. And she's like in a pool and there's like an arm reaching out and I'm pretty sure it's like Nathan's arm because as you can see the sleeve tattoo.
Okay.
So, but hard to say because like Aisha's still posting stuff from Below Deck, like from the season. So I don't know if they have to wait to post those like contractually.
Yeah, I don't think like that's what you always see. Like any couple doesn't post about it until after. But I guess it's over now. Has anybody looked at their Instagram? Shows how much we care.
I was looking at it today.
We were just talking about how we don't care.
Yeah. So, but there's no because like
Oh, you looked
contractually.
today.
Yeah, I looked today and that picture of like that arm reaching out for her, you could see the tattoo but I don't remember the exact date it was posted, but it was relatively recently. So
Guess we'll have
I
to
don't
see.
know. But then I also saw that Gail has been in Thailand doing Muay Thai.
Interesting.
Yeah, fun fact. Saw that.
Didn't guess that one.
But I don't remember how far back that was, so who knows.
Who knows?
Interesting.
All stemmed from one of Aisha's posts that I saw in the rabbit hole, which is Instagram.
I should look up. We really should look up the Instagram because if Gail and Nathan are still together, they definitely would have posted.
It's funny though, if you go to
Yeah.
Nathan's, like I don't think there's a single picture with Gail on it.
Let me look.
I feel like me and Nathan would have been homies if I was on this boat.
It would have been you and him on the jet ski holding each other.
Wish.
Gail.
Stop pulling my hair.
Oh yeah, here's a picture right here. 1 hour ago.
Oh shit.
See, I looked it up before that.
But there's no caption. But it's them kissing.
Oh yeah. It's a picture of them kissing. So they're still together.
Wait, what are they doing again?
So they're kissing
Oh,
each
okay.
other in a picture.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. Oh, I see the one Brad's talking about.
Yeah, that one. When was that posted?
This was posted 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the comments are like, is this Nathan or someone else?
That's Nathan. Look at the arm.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I know
Okay.
Nathan's arms.
So they're still together.
What?
He does have a nice sleeve though. Nathan.
Yeah, he does.
I like your sleeve.
But interesting though, Nathan commented rekindled. So like maybe they had broken up and then now they're back.
So maybe our viewers' observations were correct and they were not together and then they got back together.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at the comments.
Or
and somebody just said, too bad they are not together any longer. I don't know. You can't trust any of the comments.
No.
If it's on social media though, it's true.
It's true.
It's
You're
true,
right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I just saw a video about this the other day. This is off topic, but how like AI is obviously getting more and more advanced and like our parents are believing more and more of the things on the internet.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
Well, and they can't comprehend the fact like you could make a phone call and be talking to AI and not even realize it's not a real person.
I know. I'm terrified for our parents.
What was the one? Oh, Dad showed me like it was something, one of the presidential candidates or someone in politics was like talking. And he's like, "You believe they said that?" I'm like,
Dad.
"No, because they didn't."
Yeah, I know. And that's why I'm like, we need to take social media away from our parents.
Yeah.
I think that should be a law. I'm going to write it up.
So it's going to be like
If you're over like 50, you
18
can't
to
have it
50
anymore.
18 to 50 you can use social media.
Yeah. Because even in the 40s, I don't know, 50 though, that's the cutoff.
Yeah.
We just pissed off some people.
Well, or you have to be able to show me you can use it responsibly. You
Yeah.
have to pass a test.
It's like driving. You have to be like,
I was just going to say that before both of you talked. I was going to say like a
Fuck you, Lane.
driver's license.
That's actually a really good idea. You have to like answer this 20 anybody, right? Not even over 50 anymore. Like 18 plus. You
Is
have to
this AI or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
like, damn it, I fucked up again. Another year without social media. Gammy's not going to be on Instagram for a year.
Gammy just cannot pass that quiz.
That's right. They didn't get my fake one.
They didn't get my Finsta.
Grammy's Finsta. Yeah, so I mean, basically that's the end. Then we just see everybody waking up and leaving. First to leave is Bree.
Mm-hmm.
You made it, girl.
Good job, Bree.
Good job, Bree. We were not sure.
We were rooting for you all the way. Don't look at our past episodes.
Next time, use fucking names. Just do it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Yeah, we're not. I am not talking about laundry anymore. It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
I'm going to bring this shit up every
Even next
episode.
season, we're going to talk about Bree doing laundry. I wonder how Bree's
I'm
doing
going to start
laundry.
bringing it up. Be like, I noticed my underwear didn't have a colored bead on them. Like, what the fuck's up with that?
Ian and Jono both made it. Captain said she'd have Nathan back, which if you notice, he's the only one she said, which of Aisha, of course. But,
Yeah.
but I agree. I think Nathan was a really good worker, never caused any issues as far as work-wise.
I could see him being back as a lead deckhand.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Ellie isn't happy with Aisha's goodbye. Ellie isn't happy with Aisha's goodbye. Big surprise.
Yeah.
What comment did she make? Did you guys...
She's like, I finally get a compliment. And it was
Oh, she was unhappy with the compliment that Aisha gave her.
You could give her $1 million
Big whoop.
and she'd be like, why not two?
Yeah. Yeah, it literally.
Yeah.
Then it's like 8 months later, and that's when I was like, oh, cool, we're going to get the whole wedding. And then it was like 5 minutes. But yeah, Chef Dave. Oh, did you notice Chef Dave at the wedding? I was like, he is a G, though.
Yeah.
He is.
As weird and as iffy he got like personal life wise, he was a great chef.
Yeah.
Like one of the better ones we've seen on Below Deck.
Yeah.
So that didn't
Cool guy.
surprise me. Didn't surprise me that she had him cater. So yeah, we saw Chef Dave. Aisha was there. Kate was there. And then I noticed Norma, who's the one that she's always on the phone with staffing needs.
Oh, I didn't get to see her.
Yep. But that's the only people I recognized.
Damn.
Yeah, I was looking too, and I was like,
Yep.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I
see
was.
anybody else.
Yeah. Interesting. Again, I think it was interesting. Aisha and Kate were there of everybody that's been on the show. You'd think Malia, maybe.
Yeah.
She and Malia, but who knows?
Did Hannah work for Sandy?
Yes, you would have thought, but they had a little bit of a rocky ending there.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I said, so sweet. What a great ending. And we will see what the fate of Below Deck Med is. I've heard like some rumblings that, people were not happy with this season. I think us included.
I don't think anybody was happy with this season.
No, obviously people are like, don't have Ellie back. And I just think we like Captain Sandy. I'm not saying I dislike her, but I'm definitely saying like Captain Jason and Captain Carrie are like now my 1 and 2.
Yeah.
After
Well, Glenn, yo.
See, we'll have to see how Glenn does on this season. I don't hate Glenn either, but he's not better than Captain Jason or Captain Carrie in my
You
mind.
just like looking at Captain Jason.
Well,
Yeah, I
yes,
do.
but
What?
but I just feel
Lane's
like
I have to go.
the one
Excuse
thing
me.
the one thing I've never been a fan of with Captain Glenn is he has never really had to like really put his foot down and been like the disciplinarian.
But it looks like that might be coming.
Yeah, it might.
Well, we saw the preview,
Yeah.
and there was a moment where like he was kind of pissed off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely could be. Yeah, so that's basically it, guys. Another season down. What a roller coaster for us.
Is that our 4th season covering?
That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure
It's
it
either
is.
3rd or 4th.
Yeah,
My-
it was regular,
No.
below deck.
No, it is 4th. We started with Down Under.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what it was.
Down Under,
Regular.
Med, regular, Med.
Yep.
This is the ending of our 4th. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, before I forget, thank you everybody for all the comments. I meant to say that at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. We had a bunch of comments.
Yeah, I totally forgot to say that too.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it's been so long, but it hasn't.
I know. It weirdly feels like it's been like a month, but it was a week ago.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody was so sweet. I knew everybody would be.
Yeah.
And Lane's still doing great. What day is it?
Day 42 sober.
Yeah.
You
We had some awesome comments of people saying they're like, 10 years
Yeah.
sober. Somebody said they had over like 5,000 days sober.
Yeah.
Like, pretty cool.
Yeah. It was cool to see people and like, even like the comments, what they said. I'm like, oh, that's an AA thing. I recognize that. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. Very,
cool.
very cool. We are like super proud to have the listeners that we have.
Yeah.
We had really good response on our last video.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for being here. Just a couple things. So obviously Sailing Yacht's going to start on October 7th. There was no announcement made about a reunion that I saw.
I don't know. I don't think they're doing those anymore.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, they were never super entertaining anyways, in my opinion. So we might just have a couple week break. Our first episode of the new season of Sailing Yacht will drop on October 11th. So we'll have to talk. We have not really talked about if we're going to do some sort of bonus episode for you guys in these 2 weeks. I'm sure we will.
Yeah. I want to do something.
What day is that?
What?
What day are we gonna do that?
I don't know.
Busy.
I knew it. I knew he was just trying to set
I was
himself
like, why
up
you
for a
asking
joke.
me? I don't fucking know.
You don't plan shit.
So we'll figure that out. And then the other thing I wanted to say was, I think what I've decided, because I kind of run the social media. So I run in the Instagram and TikTok, and it's hard to keep up with. And then we also have a Patreon. I have disabled the paid tiers on the Patreon because it's just too much. We're not going to do the paid tiers, but it is still there. So if you want, go sign up for our Patreon. It's completely free. And I'm going to try to do a post every time we drop a new episode, and that can be like a discussion post. Obviously, we have like the YouTube. We've talked about this before. We discuss in the comments, but that's just going to be like another forum for people to discuss. And then I'm hoping to upload some merch to the Patreon so that people can just buy, like we have little tumblers, we have coasters, we have stickers, so that like it could just be like a one-time purchase if somebody wants something small like that. So just keep an eye on that, but our Patreon is in the YouTube, so if you want to just click on that again, no, there's no paid tiers, it's completely free. So just go sign up over there and we'll give updates over there as well.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts?
Another good season for
Yeah.
us, not
Yeah.
for Below Deck, but we had a good season.
It was mediocre at best.
Our season?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's just because I was involved. So
I do want to say one more time, I know what we've said it over and over, like, really appreciate you guys for being flexible with everything that's happened with like Lane's sobriety, him being gone, Brad hopping in. We really did not have a drop in views or subscribers because of that, which shows that you guys like all three of us and that you're here and you're flexible and you like really kind of care about us. So I just want to say thank you for that. We haven't decided whether we're going to keep this format for the next season, but we'll keep you updated. We'll do some sort of bonus episode, talk about that. And we're not going anywhere.
No, we'll be here.
I might get voted off the island. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We're still considering.
This is all up to her. I'm just the talent. I'm kidding.
All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for another great season, and we will see you soon.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.